So, I know you've heard a lot about the genius of this man, Lionel Messi. His team, Inter Miami, just beat Nashville FC on penalties to win the League Cup, okay? And this is the 44th trophy in Messi's cabinet, meaning that he's now officially the most decorated football player ever. But I want to use this video to show you an illustration on what makes Messi so good and what makes him so effective around and inside the box. And this is also the difference between a world-class player and an average player. First and foremost, look at this clip of Andre Onana playing an aerial pass from deep towards his left wing. The left winger controls the pass within his body frame, which is the first mistake he makes, thinking, well, if I can have more possession, then I probably have a great chance at beating the defender when the defender arrives, which is ultimately the mistake that the player made. Because when you give the defender enough time to compose himself, you have automatically lost that position of advantage. Okay, the player thinks that by controlling the pass within his body frame and taking 2 or 3 more extra touches, then he has a better chance of making a good decision. But then what he doesn't realize, like I said, is that the minute you give the defender an extra second or 2 to compose himself, you have automatically lost that goal scoring advantage. He tries to play a pass at the last minute, and then of course the ball gets defended. Look at the difference between that and Lionel Messi's goal. The ball goes out straight to the left back. Lionel Messi beckons for it from the center of the pitch. The left back delays the play just a little bit for Messi to get into the right position. And as soon as he plays the pass, Lionel Messi is already thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead of the closest defender. What does he do? He takes the first touch, which is bringing the ball under control. But then he makes the defender think that he hasn't really controlled the ball. He makes the defender think that he can, make a tackle last minute to make Messi miss the ball. He makes the defender think that the defender has a chance of getting to the ball before him, which is why he controls the ball outside his body frame. He controls the ball but pushes it a little bit further, baiting the defender's tackle, which is something Messi is an expert at doing. This is something that any player at the very top level that works with a footballing brain is an expert at doing this. Okay, and what does the defender do? The defender stretches their legs, thinking, well, I can. But if you notice, the defender is also second guessing himself, thinking, what if I make this tackle and then Messi goes in on my left side? And then he makes up his mind last minute, stretches out his legs. But because Messi was always ahead of him, Messi makes the last minute touch to take the ball away from the defender and open up even more space for himself to find the top corner. In the previous video that I showed you with the Andre Onana pass, what the winger should have done was to control the ball in an almost similar way like Messi did, to give himself more room in the 18-yard box and bait the defender into making a tackle, knowing fully well that with the way you control the ball, the defender will be miscalculating his tackle because he is 1 step behind you. Okay, and the minute he lunges into that tackle, you're already ahead of him. You're already 1 step or 2 steps ahead of him. Before he can make a tackle and successfully retrieve that pass or successfully retrieve the ball, you would have gotten away from him and placed yourself in a better position to shoot. But the player had no plans of making such an attempt. All he wanted to do was to keep possession and wait for another player to arrive in the box. A player like Cristiano Ronaldo, for instance, I know 100% he wouldn't have done the same. He would have done exactly what Messi did in this position. He would have controlled the ball in such a way that it will bait the defender into thinking, well, he has misplaced his control, so let me just make a tackle last minute. And then that is when the defender will find out that he was always behind schedule. So this is what differentiates the great players from just another, average player. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe.